Good evening, everybody. My name is Coffee Break, and welcome back to the Coffee Cast Reddit CastIt edition, where we'll be bringing you guys a Diamond versus Diamond today. And this is actually the second take of the introduction, because I got through that part where I said Diamond versus Diamond, and then I mind blanked in like literally 10 seconds of this awkward silence. So, I don't know what the hell happened there. Hopefully that's the only time that happens this game. And, quick disclaimer before anything, I'm using a random mouse right now, and for some reason, some of my click and drag stuff isn't working right. So if we're ever staring at a blank screen while a battle's going on, I apologize now that I've talked a bunch. Sleeper Cells, you go ahead and do your introduction thingy for whoever you want. Overpool, by the way.
Oh, yes,
I just want to point out the fact, okay, you know what, I'm taking the first introduction. Sorry, Sleepers.
Damn it.
BlameGame on the top right-hand side did that good old-fashioned overpool, which is something you really don't see all that much anymore. Which is, you build the extractor, build an overlord, and then cancel the extractor, and you can actually get 11 drones made before making an overlord. So you're sitting at 11 over 10 supply. So, BlameGame holding up the old traditions from Brood War that you don't see anymore.
Yeah, sure. I guess that leaves me to introduce our player in the bottom left. It's going to be the Blue Terran playing as random this time around. SFP, he mistook his little clan tag there. It's supposed to be SPF. You know, sunscreen, very important to NinjaDuckBobs. Very important. Gotta keep that sunscreen.
Oh my gosh. Sleepers, sometimes I remember why I cast with you. That was one of those times.
Well, as long as I'm here, you won't say good after day, everyone.
No, I did do that when you were here. I did say good after day when you were here, if you recall rightly. I did fix it before going into the rest of the cast. We have BlameGame just going for, I believe that was was that a 15 hatch? Yeah, it was 15 hatch, 15 pool. Probably will be dropping that one extractor pretty soon. No, probably not, actually. I mean, he would have... Nope, damn it. Nope. I should have stuck with it. I should have stuck with it. I should have known. Oh, gosh. We do have NinjaDuckBob, though, going for just that quick one barracks, one factory. Does have that one gas, 3 units in there. Probably going to drop a starport, get a Widow Mine out, and do a drop. That'd be my best guess.
That's definitely going to be a pretty good thing, as we do see the barracks lift off to an incredibly loud, thunderous roar, building a reactor, actually. So that should be interesting. It's probably going to be Hellions, then.
Yeah, more likely than not going into the Hellions, which I kind of wonder why he's continuing to mine gas in that, right? Maybe he's going to end up doing a Hellion drop, maybe? Or maybe he's just mining gas continuously because he can continue mining gas. There's the armory. Hellbats. It's that Hellbat play. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about Hellbats. I don't cast a lot of TvZ anymore.
Didn't they remove those when they took out that Warhound?
The Warhound.
Those aren't in the game anymore.
Isn't that the same thing? Okay,
I could. The mothership, the carrier, the Thors are removed as well. Of course, sad to see those go.
Oh my gosh, this Hellbat play. I'm just gonna say the Hellbat play is very, very powerful. And a lot of Zergs have a lot of problems holding it. You need roaches out, and pretty much if you don't have a roach warren, which we are getting on the map, and you don't actually have roaches ready to engage the Hellbats, you will straight up lose the game.
Oh, really nice scouting out of BlameGame. The reason he's getting that roach warren is he did poke in with the Overlord, and he saw the armory building. So he knows exactly what's going on, or at least pretty much exactly what's going on. I'm sure he's not exactly expecting something crazy like a Thor or something coming out this early on. He's seen this kind of stuff before, and he is getting himself ready for it. No third hatch or anything crazy like that, just that roach warren. Gonna get a few roaches, should be just fine. These things will die in the middle of the map, though. But that means he knows these are coming.
Yeah, he knows that they're moving out across the map, and again, you said he saw the armory, so he does have that potential to turn into the Hellbats, and BlameGame knows that, and it looks like he's going to be putting the 2 queens at the front, spying Growler there, dropping a couple evolution chambers. We've seen this, guys, time and time again for the past few years. We know what's going on. Oh my goodness, is he going to lose one? Oh, never mind, just transforming into the Hellbats. I think he could have done that a little bit more smoothly, losing one Hellbat right off the bat. This, I mean, he's going to get a queen, but is he going to get much more?
Well, he's just sort of tanking these queens. He walked right through that front door. Almost took one of the queens with him, but that queen was too smart. Managed to walk away. Gonna get a couple drone kills here. My God, this Hellbat just does not want to die.
No, those Hellbats. those Hellbats with that extra armor there, they last so long, and that's what I'm saying. These roaches really have to be out on time to defend against them. Now, only 3 Hellbats, not that big of a problem, but he did get a queen and a couple of drones for his trouble, so worth it? Maybe, maybe not. I think it came out fairly even in the end there, and actually, looking over that units lost tab, that's kind of what it looks like. Looks like we are going into mech play for NinjaDuckBob, though, as we do have 4 factories in total coming onto the field.
BlameGame thinking pretty much the same thing, that his opponent will be going for some sort of a mechy play after that that opening, and just decides, you know how you deal with mech, Coffee? You know when you see that Terran player across the road, building those Thors, building those tanks, building those Hellbats, you know how you deal with that?
Gotta kill it early.
Just walk over and kill him. And that is exactly what our Zerg player is doing. BlameGame moving forward with some roaches. Gonna go ahead and pick off 1 Hellion, and the other 4 will get away back into the base. But this expansion not gonna be able to land anytime soon. Roaches gonna go ahead and start walking their way on up. But these Hellbats are, getting nice up and close to the Hellbats. So the Hellbats can do actually more damage. I don't exactly agree with that decision. It looks like they will trade, once again, fairly evenly here.
Yeah, fairly evenly, but to be honest, I would actually say that was good for BlameGame there, because like you were kind of stating beforehand, the best way to deal with mech in the early game is to do damage to it and make it a little bit less strong, because really you don't want to let that army get near max for a very long time. Once that army's max, what you need to have is a max army and be able to remax yourself very quickly.
Oh god, the Widow Mines. Oh!
That was brutal. That was brutal.
5 Widow Mines just came out of those factories. Walked over and took a nice comfortable seat next to those roaches. They kicked back, grabbed their beer, and hit the big red button and fired off every single one of their missiles at those poor roaches, which were obliterated instantly. Yeah,
something I don't like from BlameGame here is that he made a lot of Zerglings, and I'm assuming it was for some sort of like follow-up attack or something. But those Zerglings aren't going to be able to do anything. I would have loved to see a huge round of drones behind that and a 3rd base. But actually, a 3rd base not even being established. We're sitting at we were just at over 1,000 minerals, and we just need more hatcheries on the map at this point. We're 10 minutes into the game and no 3rd base for Zerg. That spells disaster going against a meching player.
Oh my god, that is 7 Widow Mines making their way across the map completely unprotected. Just waddling their way across the map like little penguins. They're making their way. Are they gonna like stop the watchtower or something? They're just going. They don't give a damn about the
That was
army.
Totally scouted. That was 100% scouted the entire way across the map.
They're just walking their way across. They don't care.
What is going on here? NinjaDuckBob, what are you... Oh, yeah, I think he's getting in place to hit the transferring drones. I think that's his plan here. Did that get scouted? That did get scouted. We have an Overseer coming onto the map. We do have 1 Hellbat here to defend the...
I got this, boys.
Oh, man, this is actually going to go really poorly for these roaches, but it looks like we do have Zerglings trying to run into this main base here. A lot of them got taken out, though, on the way in.
Yeah, only 3 of them making their way in. They're going to nibble at the armory for a little bit, get it to yellow HP, which it will stay for the remainder of the game.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, the Widow Mine's getting some decent shots up there. And 1 last Widow Mine. The Overseer gets killed. He can't see these right now. Did you think that he killed all of those? I'm not seeing another Overseer in the production tab. Oh, my gosh. This could do so much damage if these transferring drones run over these. How many drones are going to get transferred? That's the big question I want to answer right now.
I don't think he'll be transferred. I think he's just going to make another huge round of them and rally them. And so they're going to come in a little bit less clumpy, which means maybe, just maybe, they'll be okay. Also, the larva should get hit. Yeah, there we go. The larva gets hit and the egg gets hit. So he knows that there's something over there.
Right.
So hopefully we'll
Oh my gosh, more Widow Mines. More Widow Mines coming across the map here. They're going to burn down. The army's on top of it. Oh, 1 Widow Mine gets shot off, doing a little bit of damage there. A couple of Hellbats going to nibble away at these as well. A siege tank up close and personal here to these roaches. Not going to be able to do all that much. Did get a couple of nice shots off, but that doesn't really count for too much considering the regeneration. These Widow Mines are still just going at the larva over here, by the way.
Yeah, he's doing like Widow Mine attacks. Like he's not being aggressive with Widow Mine drops. He's not doing just the standard Widow Mines with the army thing. He's just straight up attacking with Widow Mines, and those roaches are so low, those Hellbats are going to have a field day.
Yeah, they just, 3 Hellbats just killed, what, 6 roaches, somewhere around there. That was kind of ridiculous. Harvester tab showing the game relatively even at this point, 38 to 45 workers, slightly in favor of BlameGame right now. NinjaDuckBob, I would love to see another command center. I'm looking around for one right now. Looks like we're just sitting on 2. I would like him to take a third. I would like BlameGame to take a fourth. We're getting pretty late in here. Mech is very hard to sustain on just 2 bases. It looks like we do have an SCV going out right now. Maybe a little bit later than would be usual for a meching player. But, I don't know. Mech is very hard to sustain on 2 base.
The thing is, this isn't what people would traditionally call mech, in the sense that I feel like this is just mostly Hellbat Widowmine?
You know, I feel like the last game, I casted by NinjaDuckBob was the same strategy, actually, with a lot of Widowmines. It looks like these armies are going to be making passes at each other once again. Some of the roaches getting split up now. Oh, getting split around here. The Widowmines in the back going to protect the roaches, or protect the siege tank from the roaches there. But a lot of damage being done by that one siege tank. These Widowmines can do a lot of damage. Oh, a couple of nice Widowmine shots there going to help, once again, protect that siege tank. And the Widowmines in the front there also going to be able to get a couple more shots off on those roaches. And a couple more Hellbats coming in here to reinforce this army. The tank does go down, but a lot of the Widowmines still remain. Widowmines are actually pretty cheap as well, which I think is why NinjaDuckBob is still doing all right army-wise here. Drilling Claws about to finish up. 4 more Widowmines on the way. Once that third base kicks in, though, I think that's when we're really going to see NinjaDuckBob be able to get a nice, rounded army out. But we do have a Spire on the way. The Spire, the Mutilas are going to be hard to control versus these Widowmines, but I think it could work.
That being said, is he even going to get that far? We do see NinjaDuckBob moving forward with his army once again with his aggressive Widowmines. They have all fired at this point, though, but the Overseer does go down once again. Those mines are going to be there until another one does pop, but this attack will be thwarted, not a problem. As you see the third base for BlameGame starting to get saturated, starting to get good and ready to go.
Well, if he was paying really close attention, he would have seen that one last Widowmine unburrow and start moving back across the map. We do have an Overseer across the map, by the way. I don't know what he's doing there.
4 Overseers made with the army now.
Oh my goodness.
He really doesn't want to lose those.
The Spire did finish up, but 14 roaches and +2 missile attacks on the way. It looks like these... Oh my gosh, does he see the army there? Yes, he does. The Widowmine's going down there. Drilling Claws makes him so fast, and a couple of great Widowmine shots off on those roaches. And BlameGame has to fall back. These aggressive Widowmines are actually doing really well for NinjaDuckBob.
Yeah, they absolutely are. They're doing so much damage, more than honestly I was expecting. When you hear aggressive Widowmines, you don't really expect this. As you do see, nice unburrow on those Widowmines, not letting the Overseer cake a couple free shots there. As we do see, the army from BlameGame is moving in. The Widowmines are not burrowed, but they will burrow so quickly with that upgrade, and they do a pretty decent amount of damage. These roaches are taken so low by the Widowmines, and then the Hellbats and the tank are just able to do so much more damage to them and just finish them off. This is almost an ingenious style of play, as we do see almost all the roaches going down to a single Widowmine. It's just doing so much consistent damage. We do see the first 3 mutas come on the field, but I think those mutas are going to be just a little bit too late, as we do see still a decent amount of Widowmines on the field and more making their way across the map.
We do need to start seeing some Thors here, though, because, I mean, as great as Widowmines are against Mutilas, I mean, in small numbers, small little clumps like this, the Mutilas are still going to be fairly effective versus these Widowmines, and nothing is shooting up right now.
Until right now.
That. Haha, 1 Mutilas lives, though. 20 HP left on that one. Gonna be able to clean up most of the forces here.
And
Excuse me.
Will run away. No, they won't.
No. Why should we run away? We're aggressive Widowmines, man. Let's just take them out. Let's just take it on. Look at this stream of Widowmines! Look at this stream! As for the cost, I'm going to be honest, I really don't know. And this overlay...
I think 75-25.
I think something like that, yeah. This overlay doesn't let me click on stuff like that, though.
Yeah, 75-25.
Oh my gosh, Drilling Claws is just so potent! Oh my gosh! This is getting ridiculous, and I love it. The thing about NinjaDuckBob, once again, he's making all of these really cheap units. Both Hellions and Widowmines are extremely cheap to make. Oh my gosh, just doing so much. I can't get over this.
Well, the Widowmines
this is working.
Like you said, so cheap, so easy to make, so cheap. You can build them 2 at a time out of a reactor, and they just do so much damage. It's almost 100% at this point with how many he has, that the Widowmines are going to do something. They're going to hit for some damage. They're never going to miss.
And it's, once again, like you're saying, he's almost guaranteed a hit. There's so many of them. He literally just, the only thing I can think of is Banelings to be able to kill these fast enough. But Banelings die so hardcore to Widowmines if they get burrowed. I mean, it's almost like it's a lose-lose situation. BlameGame needs to be able to trade really well, but he doesn't have enough units to trade.
You know what? I know what he had to do and what he's doing right now.
Oh,
he's built Swarm Hosts. That's the only choice he has. Swarm Hosts. You're throwing free units at free damage. it's really his only option at this point. There's so many Widow Mines on the field, and that's essentially the entirety of NinjaDuckBob's army is those Widow Mines. So if you're just throwing the what are they called? Shit.
Locusts?
Locust, thank you. The Locust at the army, eventually he's going to run out of shots.
That's true. This is actually going to work really well, I think, for BlameGame. We're going to see who holds on what here. We need more siege tanks on them. Oh my gosh, you're not. You're going to scan. You're going to scan.
Oh no. Oh god.
That
oh god.
Almost worked. That almost worked. Swarmhouse have a lot of health. They have a deceivingly high amount of health, sitting up at 160 right there. So once these Widow Mines get them burrowed, we'll see what happens.
He needs to get those Swarmhouse out of there. They're about to get just absolutely laid into by these Widow Mines. The preemptive scan, here they come. Every single one of those Swarmhouse getting obliterated. The Overseer is just slightly out of position. There they go. Going to go ahead and finish off. These Widow Mines are definitely going to go down here.
Yeah.
He will unburrow and run away, however.
Yeah, going to get, you know, about half of those away, which is pretty good. Going to reburrow. Oh my gosh, they're going to take themselves out this time. No, really? Wow, a lot of them fared pretty well there. Thor going to be doing a little bit of damage. That last Roach is going to go down. And keep in mind, NinjaDuckBob still being super aggressive here.
Hey, Coffee, you know what complements free units?
Free units?
Free units. That's right. Good guess, Coffee Break. Let me show you what you've won. You have won a Greater Spire, which of course means we will be seeing Broodlords on the field very, very shortly. And I do want to real quick mention, we're at the 22-minute mark, and both players are hovering right around 100 supply. Just consistently 100 supply, a good chunk of which is workers.
What we need to see right now, wow, this Thor's all on his own right here. What we really need to see right now is more factories. Right now, I think we only have, what, 6 factories? And I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of these weren't even on hotkeys. Look at the bank right now for NinjaDuckBob. It is so freaking high. He needs to find some way to spend that.
Well, he does have a little strike force going off to this third base. There's pretty much nothing here to defend other than the Queen, Spore, and Spinecrawler. The drones might take a lot of damage as we do see the Zerg fighting in the middle of the map. There goes off all of the mine hits, and they really don't do almost anything here. That being said, the tank and the Hellbats will do plenty of damage on their own, as we do see the Roaches just sort of idling in the middle of the map here for BlameGame. It's kind of an interesting place for them to hang out. There they go. Now they're going to engage.
Yeah, it looked like he was going down for an attack, probably either in the natural or the third base there. Wasn't able to really get anything done, though. He did pick up a lot of Hellions in the middle of the map, though, which was very, very good for him. Which means that NinjaDuckBob, once again, is sitting at such a low supply, he won't be able to rally across the map anymore. But he needs more stuff now. Like, build!
You know what would be
is that a
in this
fusion
situation?
core?
A lot of battle cruisers. You have a lot of money. You have five proxy starports in the bottom right-hand corner. Obviously, the only decision is to go mass battlecruiser. That's the only choices. We do see the SCVs in the third for the Terran are going to have to abandon ship, betraying almost the starports, but no, they will go ahead and go north instead, hopefully saving those for the time being, as we see so many Roaches now on the field. How many Roaches is that? That is 34 Roaches sitting, taking out a ton of SCVs, and going forward to hit a ton of Widow Mines once again, as well as the siege tank. But those Locusts are doing really well and soaking up some of the damage as DuckBob falls beneath 50 supply.
This game cannot end until we have quintuple battlecruiser production. It just can't. And I don't think NinjaDuckBob is willing to give up the game until then either, because he has such a big bank. I mean, at this point, look at what all can shoot up right now. Let's take a look at the units tab.
He's only building 1 battlecruiser, 3 Banshees and a Raven, and a Partridge and a Pear Tree. You know,
that is so lame. NinjaDuckBob, we thought better of you. We thought more highly of you than this.
He had the money for it too.
He did. He still does. Well, maybe not all of it. He probably could have gotten 4 starports worth.
Oh no, never mind. He's queuing up.
I saw the queue up. Yeah.
Yeah, all of those starports have like a battlecruiser or a Raven or something queued up. I really don't know how this is gonna work, but I have this just feeling in my gut that he's gonna do okay with this transition. I think he might actually be able to hold on with it if he has enough time, which right now, not exactly sitting on a ton of it, but with these Hellbats, he might be able to buy a little bit.
Oh my gosh, those Hellbats doing so much splash damage right there. But we gotta remember that the greatest fire is on the field, which means that Corruptors can come out at any given point in time. What a beautiful dance right there. Banshee's coming in, though. That dance may be a little bit preemptive. I mean, this game, let's be honest, guys, this game is looking very grim right now, but there is still technically a little bit of a chance. for NinjaDuckBob with his air army.
He's going to have a nice little...
Oh, never mind. There's the Corruptors. That's over. That's over.
Yeah, no, he's going to have to GG out of there. BlameGame saying easy. Little bit of BM there.
I don't think he realized that NinjaDuckBob wasn't playing a 100% serious game. Like,
you know, Coffee, I almost want to say that kind of was serious. He had a really cool, interesting strategy that he was playing really, really well early on. He just let his bank get a bit too high. I think he was trying to innovate a strategy, and he got caught up in that idea, in that play style. And his macro just sort of slipped late game, and he didn't have as much supply as I really think he could have.
Yeah.
Because if he'd been on top of his macro, imagine how much 4K, 2K, I think it was. Imagine how many more Widow Mines he could have had on the field.
BlameGame would have absolutely lost the game. I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, he wouldn't if the macro had kept up properly for NinjaDuckBob. BlameGame would have absolutely been slaughtered this game. I have no doubts about that actually, because for the longest time. For the longest time, NinjaDuckBob was keeping the supply of BlameGame around 100 with this massive bank behind him. So once again, like you were saying, if he had had like 8 factories or 10 factories as opposed to 4 producing consistently, he probably would have been at about 160 to 180 supply versus just that 100. Or maxed. I mean, BlameGame wouldn't have had much of a chance there. And plus these 5 starports. That could have been so good if he just held on a little longer. Now, okay, we're giving BlameGame a lot of crap, but the Swarm Host transition was smart.
Yeah, that being said, of course, StarCraft, not exactly a good game of what-ifs. I mean, it is good to learn from replays, good to learn from games, but this game definitely going to BlameGame, making a couple smart transitions, throwing out those Swarm Hosts, but not overcommitting to them, just making a few to soak up those one-of-mine hits. Absolutely fantastic. Really good in the moment. Panic isn't the right word. It's gone. It flew away. But good decisions under pressure. I was really impressed by that. And good sort of gut instinct to always attack, try and make the mech army not get built, even though it wasn't exactly a traditional mech army. So good, pretty good, solid play out of BlameGame. Definitely needs to work a little bit on his macro, his idea of when to make another base, because he sat on those 2 bases for so long. Just in general, though, pretty solid play out of both players. I wish NinjaDuckBob had a little bit more macro. I wish BlameGame had a little bit more macro. But hey.
Alright, guys. Well, our cat's making kind of funny noises right now, so I'm going to go check that out. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And until next time, this is Coffee Break, signing out.
Bye, guys. Oh, God!